Hmm. Ooh. What's up, good people? It's time for another session. Oh, snap. Mute. It's hot as hell in here, Amir. You ain't hot? Oh, man, though. It's hot in here. But we back for another episode of that verbal cardio, man. We back in business. It's another glorious Tuesday. The episode's going to drop on Wednesday, but we in here shooting on a Tuesday. You know what I'm saying? Not to be confused with a Wednesday. This is a Tuesday. If you watching this right now, you know I got my water. I didn't bring my normal gallon because I forgot I was scrambling. But I still got water on deck. My co-host is going to be with me in some way, shape, or form. All right? Make sure y'all drinking enough water out here, man. I want y'all drinking the waters. All right? I don't want to hear no excuses. I don't want to hear no whining. I want y'all drinking water. I don't want y'all to be like, Tony, always preaching. I'm going to preach this water gospel till I die. Y'all need more water in your lives, man. Some of y'all ashy out here. Some of your skin's looking ashy, blemished out. You looking old. Your organs is tripping because you ain't drinking enough water, man. Get that water in your life. Get it in your system. It is literally our lifeblood. All right? It's the reason we walking around. It's the reason civilizations were built. Don't lose sight of that, man. Don't get caught up in the now and take water for granted, man. You got to drink with it. You got to bathe with it. You got to wash your dishes with it, man. It's essential. Your pets are still alive because they got water. You know what I'm saying? Remember that, y'all. Just keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. And I know y'all don't want to be preached to, man. Shut up, man. Shut up and take this. Because clearly some of y'all need it because y'all don't be drinking water. You always got to have something else. It's got to be coffee or tea or some juices or some liquors. It's never just straight water for you, man. So you always got to have something extra on it. It's got to be carbonated. This man, hush. Sick of y'all, man. But we out here, man. Shout out to my patron saints in the building. They up in here, man. Miss Ma'am, 2 Jesse, Chris McNeil, Aries 19, Crunchy Apple, Overdrive Pixie, Styler, Hannah J, you know what I'm saying? Vanilla Gorilla, Zakia, King Panda, Sharon McD, Terrence Cox, Hambone been snapping, Terrace, Duchess, Ebony Walker, you know what I'm saying? Ayomi, Autumn Leaves, Candace Mack. Candace Mack is a dope ass name, man. That sounds like a TV show waiting to happen. Candace Mack. This week on Candace Mack. What's up, Sheldon? He asking me, is there anything you're afraid to talk about because you haven't explored the topic? Afraid to talk about? It's not really stuff I'm afraid to talk about. I just don't want to look like an idiot talking about stuff I got no knowledge of. Now, if I'm talking to somebody that has the knowledge of the topic, then we can have a conversation. Then I can ask questions, get some educated answers. But if I'm just out here not knowing what the bug I'm talking about, I try to avoid from that. Or I give you a disclaimer like, I don't know much about history. Don't know much about biology, sociology, whatever he said in the joint. But a lot of people just be out here talking and they don't know shit. So you got to be careful who your sources are. You know what I mean? Like, I don't get in too many political conversations about laws and, you know, stuff like that and bills, like the nuts and bolts of those conversations, because I'm not privy to all of that political jargon and all of that stuff. I get political on more so, you know, racism and, like, you know what I'm saying, class and stuff like that. On the surface, the more general topics. But then we get into the fine-tooth combing of, like, particular topics regarding that, then I try to be like, all right, I tread lightly because I'm not privy to, or, you know, I'm not educated on. But some people just like to talk. They like to hear themselves talk, and they like to always seem smarter than they may be on any given topic. So I try to dwell in that. You know what I'm talking about? You feel me? Hey, Charlene. But yeah, y'all. So, you know, I just try to stay up in that little lane, if you will. But it's good. I'm glad that y'all are here. It's good to be back. A lot of people in here in the live chat. I appreciate that. The live over here on IG is mad ashy. Mad ashy. I had a great conversation with Charlene earlier today. Great convo. Great conversation. And you could have a good conversation via text. A lot of people don't respect text at all. You can't have a good conversation via text. I can. I don't know about y'all. But I can convey what I'm thinking, what I'm feeling over text. You can lose some context on certain things, true, but you can still have valid communication on the written word. If that's the case, why are you reading books? It's written. Why does the book have any effect on you? It's written word. We don't know the context. We don't know the energy the author put on what they're saying because it's written down. Or like letters back in the day when you writing to loved one or soldiers writing home from the war or whatever. But it's a letter. We can't get the full context of what they're feeling and how everything's going. Because we can't hear the inflections and the ha. Shut up, man. Just shut the hell up, y'all. You just want to be on the phone. That's all it is. You just want to be on the phone. You want to hear yourself more than you want to hear the other person. I guarantee you that. If you're not somebody's parent, where they really just want to hear from you, just to know you're alive and to make sure you're good as their child, the rest of the stuff is horseshit. I just want to hear your voice. You ever had somebody tell you, I just wanted to hear your voice, and they done talked 90% of the conversation. Did you really just want to hear my voice? Because if you want to hear my voice, I got a podcast. You can watch any episode of Verbal Cardio and hear my voice. I'm mad episodes in. If you really want to hear my voice, tune in to Verbal Cardio. You can get your rocks off to my voice at length. I'm also in daddy issues. I'm also on the ball. There's plenty of opportunities out here for you to hear my voice. Now, if you want to get me on the phone, just say what it is. I want to talk to you, and I want you to listen. Say what it is. You don't want to hear me. Sometimes you can't even get a word in on some of these conversations. Now I'm just sitting there taking it. And I'm not taking it, man. I'm 47. I ain't taking nothing I don't want to take no more. Except for when I go to medical stuff. Medical, dental, I'm going to take that. Well, I'm gonna take a airplane ride that I don't want to take the airplane ride, but I want to get to the other city, so I'm gonna take that. But stuff where I really don't have to take it, I ain't taking it. So if I want to sit here and for somebody to be talking my head off, I'm not taking it. But I guarantee you this, that people that talk to me on the regular via text, they know how I feel. They know my take on something. They know what I'm thinking about because I'm very transparent. It just happens to be in the written. Oh, I just wanted to hear you just wanted to talk. Hush. Sick of y'all, man. Tired of it. 47, man, I ain't doing nothing I don't feel like doing. What's up, Shan? Shout out to Shoe Game Shan. Shannon is one of my favorite people in life. She has become, let me tell you something about Shannon, and she probably gonna be eye-watering in real life, but she gonna be saying some smart, funny stuff in the written. But I know behind those letters, she gonna be eyeballs glistening. I haven't known Shannon that long. You know what I'm saying? This has been about what, maybe 6 years, 7 years. Really, really like knowing Shan. You know what I'm saying? She has shot up the charts. You know, we have our own Billboard charts of like people and relationships just of our life. Like, you know what I'm saying? People are, you may not rank people, but you know, if you really sat back and look at the people you know in your life, there's like a Billboard chart. Some people move up and down. Some people are off the charts because they fucked up. They used to be number 5. Now they not even on the Billboard 200 no more because they done fucked up. Some people were just breaking records on the chart. Some people have been at the number 2 spot for like 7-10 years. People like your parents, they've been on the chart your whole life. They've been on the chart like the Bob Marley album or Pink Floyd or Thriller. They just been on the chart for like 40, 50 years, right? Shannon is a relative newbie to my life. So she said 8 years ago. She in my top 10. She in my top 10, man. And family members don't automatically get high placement on the chart. They don't automatically get high placement on the chart. Just because they family don't mean they're gonna chart high. You gotta earn your spot. You got to earn your spot. You know what I mean? Because the chart is more than just, oh, they family, so I love them. Nah, man, my chart is more intricate than that. My oldest brother ain't in my top 10. He not in my top 10. I love him, you know what I'm saying? But if he out the top 10. It just be like that, you know what I'm saying? Because we don't talk a lot. But it's people that you genuinely vibe with and rock with. It's just like, yo, man, you place high on it. Now I'm not gonna make the chart because once you make the chart, there's gonna be some hurt feelings around this mug. So you gotta be careful. My mom in my top 10. My brother Scott is in my top 10. You know what I'm saying? Sincere is in my top 10. So you got to keep that in mind. But when you really break it all down and you think about people you talk to on a regular basis, people that you communicate with, how they make you feel when you communicate with them, is just like, the type of conversations that you have, that's when you really be like, yo, you climbing up the chart of my life. And Shannon is that, man. Like, Shannon is like, I'm never dreading talking to Shan. It's always a good time. Even when Shan be getting on my nerves, because she be kind of like, you know what I'm saying? She be hard on people. Kind of hypocritical sometimes, but I'll be like, you know what I'm saying? But the thing about Shannon is you can be like, Shan, you be doing this. And she'll be like, she'll take that in. And she'll be like, oh, you know what? You right. Shan is coachable. You know what I mean? So it's like, she one of my favorite people. I just wanted to throw that in there. I know it was long-winded, but, there it is. There it TI is. So just, sometimes when you got time, think about the top 20 people in your life and why they're there. So Sharon, I got a lot of love for you and I appreciate you. And you have been like a great source to my therapy. And I've said that before, but you and Scott, yeah, instrumental these days. Now going off topic and getting more like, you know what I'm saying, superficial, if you will, Southwest Airlines is like, yo, man, the bags ain't flying free no more, y'all. The bags ain't flying free. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? Now you ain't got no TV and you got to pay for the luggage. Southwest is like, it's going to be some changes around here. Money's getting tight. So we not doing the bags fly free no more. Now you got to pony up. They looking at these other airlines and the other airlines is making maximum chips from luggage charges. And Southwest is like, man, that's a revenue stream we ain't tapped into. And then the CEO was like, but I told him, I was like, you know what I'm saying? I told him that the bags is going to be flying free. Man, hey, man, we need this money, man. Especially some people scared to fly now because of all the plane crashes. We need that extra revenue stream. But that's our bread and butter. That's our bread and butter, man. When people think about Southwest, they be like, yo, they be having good deals and the bags fly free. Nah, man, we need that coin. But we took pride in that, man. Hey, man, I saw that interview you had, CEO, man. Now you're going to have to go back on what you said. At least you said never say never when they asked you about the bags flying free always. You said never say never. Yeah, I did say that. Yeah, for the just in case that was genius. But now they got to pay up. So Southwest they just lost the crucial angle that made them stand out. Now you just like every other airline. Now you just like every other airline. And now they also said this too. They're gonna bring in assigned seating now. Okay, so now you ain't got to do the early bird, call them up as soon as that 24-hour hit and be like, hey man, hey, let me check in. Let me check in, man. Let me get in that A group. Let me get in that A group, because getting in the A group is crucial to get the seat you want. When you in that C group, if you in that C group, you in the middle seat. You in the middle seat. If you in that C, you're going to be right up in that middle. All middles left in C. Especially low C. Like if you C 56, just sit your ass in the middle, man. You are the Oreo cream. You the lunch meat. You the peanut butter and jelly. Just gone. You the magic middle. You the white cream and a Twinkie at that point, man. It's a wrap for you. It's over for you. But now that they got assigned seating, that's good. I appreciate that. But if you're going to be charging for luggage, put some TVs in that bitch. Because we're not just going to be sitting there taking the trip with no entertainment. We got to bring our own entertainment now, and we pay for the luggage. If you're going to change the price on stuff, you got to upgrade in other areas. So now we need TVs in there. Southwest, if that's what we're doing, if I'm paying $30 for this bag, $30 for that one, give me the TV. TV me up. I want to watch the programs while I fly. I want to watch movies that I wouldn't watch anywhere else. That's where a lot of people watch the movies they wouldn't watch anywhere else, is on the airplane. They'd be like, man, let me get around to this, because we're a captive audience now. You know what I'm saying? You're at the mercy of whatever they got. So you be like, you know what? I've been meaning to watch Wicked. Let me see what they talking about, man. And now you're on the plane crying. Now you're crying hard. There'd be a lot of tear jerks on airplanes, man. Be watching the saddest of the sad on them planes, man. That movie with Tom Hanks, Otto, whatever. What's his name? My Name is Otto. What was that movie with Tom Hanks? He was that cranky older gentleman with a heart of gold. A Man Called Otto. Whatever the hell that was, folded me up on that plane. That folded my seat up and somebody hit the eject button. I was out of here, man. I was, oh, you son of a bitch. I should have known, first of all. I should have known. It was Tom Hanks. Tom Hanks and Will Smith, I should have known. Those two, you got to watch. Because they are tear duct engineers. They always coming for them tear ducts. Them two right there, got to watch them. Even if it's a movie you think they're not going to get you, they're going to find a way. I remember I was watching Captain Phillips. I didn't think that was going to be a movie that made my eyes water. And then Tom Hanks has this breakdown at the end when he gets rescued. Folded me up, man. Because I'm like, to me, that was the realest reaction to something that traumatic that I had seen. Because like a lot of times when you watch action movies or there's a hostage situation, buildings done blown up, there was, you know what I'm saying, there was crazy stuff going on, and then they'd be sitting at the ambulance all wrapped up in the blanket, and they'd be like, man, that was a crazy night. But they'd be calm, having regular conversations. So, where are we going out this weekend? We're going to figure that out together. And then they walk off, freeze frame, roll credits. Nobody's having a panic attack. Nobody's just having a full-on breakdown because their life was literally on the line. Where's the breakdown? I get it. You're going to do some miraculous shit on pure adrenaline pump. But after it's all said and done and you realize that you survived, ain't no shakes, ain't no post-traumatic nothing. Captain Phillips was the first movie I really took in. Like, he was sitting there and they was examining him after the pirates got dealt with, and he was crying. He was just like, and I was like, this is the realest shit I've seen at the end of a movie like that, where you just see the person fully take in what they had just been through. then your body is purging just the trauma. I was like, finally. Folded me up, and I was mad at Tom Hanks. So I was like, so leave it to Tom Hanks to give us the real. And he already did that before with Saving Private Ryan, but I had kind of seen that in war scenarios. But this one, it was just like, you son of a bitch. What you got for me, Sabrina, before I shut down this IG Live? Because IG Live about to get cut off. Because the patron saints, the real ones, they like, nah, man, shut it off. What's the topic? What we got? Is it messy, Sabrina? No, I don't think it's messy. Sabrina want me to shoot my shot at Kelis so bad. It's crazy. I don't respond to any Corey Holcomb questions. That's on that man. You know what I'm saying? I talk in person. What's the topic, Sabrina? Was that the topic? Why you laughing? We're passing away. That was the topic, wasn't it? Kelis live in Africa, y'all. Man, watch out, man. Kelis live in Africa, and and she be farming and stuff. I would just be annoying, man. She be, she got livestock. She be cooking. You know what I'm saying? And I'll just be all picky with like what I eat and don't eat, and I'll be like, "Is it vegetarian?" She be like, "Man, I ain't got time for all that." Yes, why won't you shoot at Kelis? Oh man. Anyway, so Kelis lives in Africa, first of all. You know what I'm saying? That's one. So it'd be long distance, which I don't mind. I don't mind long distance. And it would give me a reason to go to Africa. Even though I've already planned to go to Africa. But that's far. You know what I'm saying? Like T-Boz said in Belly, man, Africa's far. Let's not forget the eternal words of T-Boz. You know what I'm saying? And her ex-husband is my favorite rapper. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, what could I listen to Nas around her? Would she be like, man, turn that off? And I'll be like, come on, man, it's my favorite Illmatic, my favorite album. And she might not want to hear it. So then I gotta tiptoe musically, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna just put the she'd be like, who you listening to? I'll be like, Nas. Turn it off. I'll be like, So that could be that. That could be an issue. I don't know. And I don't know she might not like funny guys. Nas ain't funny. You know what I'm saying? I don't know nothing about her ex-husband that passed away. I don't know how, I don't know what type of vibe he had, respectfully. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what she into. I just know she's into organic beauty products, beauty, diet, nutrition, taking in the right nutrients to make your skin glow. And I know that. I know she's a musician. I know that, she enjoys being a mom. And I know she's making Africa look fantastic. And she appreciates animals. That's something we vibe on right there. You know what I'm saying? But, it's all I got. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody scared, though. Ain't nobody scared. Shit. What? Ain't nobody scared to shoot. Shit. What y'all talking about out here, man? Y'all better recognize who I am. I'll shoot my shot at Scissor. Huh? Y'all just want me shooting at everybody, man. Y'all want me shooting at Kelis, Scissor. Who y'all want? Y'all just want me shooting, right? Y'all just want me getting turned down left and right. Huh? Watch out. Just look out, man. Anyway. Anyway, I'm gonna cut off this live. I'm gonna just shut it on down. But if y'all don't want to miss out on this live, you don't have to. You can join my Patreon, and then you got the link. You got the link right there on the page. If you want it live. Or, you know what I'm saying? You gotta, you know what I'm saying? You gotta join the Patreon. That's what you gotta do. Why you spell Kelis' name like that? That's not how it's spelled, first of all. You know what I'm saying? The link is there. Just scroll down. The link is there. It's there. Trust me. That's how people are in it. It's 107 people in here watching right now. It's more people on the Patreon than it is on the IG Live. That's a goddamn shame. The link is there though. Yeah, the link is there. Unless you're a free, if you're a free Patreon member, you're not gonna see the link. I'm gonna just tell you that right here, right now. If you're a free member, you're not gonna see the link. So you gotta make sure you're on the page. All right, Sabrina. Sabrina like, yo, holla at Kelis, shoot your shot. Anyway, I don't know enough about Kelis on a personal tip. You know what I'm saying? I don't know enough about her. I need more information on what she into, because I don't know what she into. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, I'm cutting this off. Now, y'all, let me tell y'all something, man. Let me get my little notes up for this episode. So, which direction y'all want to go? I want to refer to my co-producers, my patron saints. What direction y'all want me to go in next on this podcast? I can dip to movies. I can dip to music. I can tell y'all about Phoenix. I could talk about what Doechii said. I could talk about the Stephen A. Smith thing with LeBron. What we feeling like right now for the next topic? What we feeling like? Doechii, Phoenix, movies, Phoenix, Doechii. All right, I'm gonna say this about Doechii. All right, from what I know, from what I gather, from what I've seen in interviews, I know she dates men and women, right? So nothing wrong with that. I ain't even tripping on that. I ain't even flinching. And when she said an automatic red flag is a straight man, that was hard hitting. Like, we coming in with the red flag, just being ourselves. That's offensive to us as straight men. Like, we ain't even do nothing yet. So now we're getting red flag for simply being. This ain't got nothing to do with character, nothing to do with personality, nothing to do with how we roll. We coming in with the red flag off the top for something we can't even control. And that's the rub. That's why it's just like, oh, that's like somebody saying my red flag is black women. All hell would break loose. Furniture flying, tables being flipped, bottles being busted over people's heads. A red flag for me is a woman with titties. All hell breaking loose. I got titties. Excuse me, I got titties. All hell breaking loose. Red flag for me, man, somebody with knees. If they got knees, that's a red flag off the top. Oh, hold on a second. I got knees, man. Hell no. I was born with these knees. I can't help I got knees. So what she said was wild. I'm a fan of Doechii, but what she said was big wild. Red flag just for being a straight man? Like, give us a chance. You know what I'm saying? This is who we are. This is who we just walking around like this. I am who I am. I've always been into women. My bad. Red flags should be relegated to things that are within your control. That's how I feel about red flags. You know what I'm saying? That's how I'm looking at it. But just for us being straight, that's wild. That's wild. So now everybody gonna be looking at us sideways. And it sucks because it could backfire in a certain way because she just popping. She just popping. She having a tremendous moment. Killing it, winning Grammys, just blowing the fuck up with dope artistry. And then bam, my biggest red flag is straight men. Men, like, god damn, man, come on. It's too early for this. It's too early for this. So it sucks, man. It don't feel good to hear that. And I get it. Men be doing whack shit. We be out here fumbling the ball. We be out here breaking hearts. We be out here making the wrong moves. We be out here two-timing and tap dancing. We be out here. We be out here fucking up. But it's a lot of good straight men out here. Some good quality, well-intentioned straight men out here. They out here. Everywhere. Anything you looking for in a man, they all out here. You want the good, faithful joints, they out here. But then you got to start sorting through the other things about them that you may like or dislike. See, that's what it is. When people be like, ain't no good men out here, they out here. The question is, then after you find out they good men, now you got to see, oh, am I attracted to him like that though? That's the other piece. Do you want a good man or do you want a good man that looks a certain way, is the perfect height, a good build, smells good, all of this? He's cool, he's charismatic, is he funny? See, you start digging in and then, the shit starts tapering off. I guarantee you most women have been hollered at by some good men, but you turn them down because I just didn't feel nothing. Well, then, hey, don't be saying there ain't no good man out here when you just turn one down. There's levels to this. Y'all be out here swearing up and down. All men are trash. Hey, man, I'm a good man. I'm showing you nothing but respect. But you keep curbing me. That's because you, man, watch out. I'm not talking about you, but just the rest of y'all. The men that I want that don't want me back. Y'all. And then you're overlooking the good quality men. Sick of you ladies. And women, y'all can be confusing, man. Y'all can be straight up confusion city. And then you don't even own the confusing nature of how you rolling. Y'all don't even own that. Sending mixed signals, saying you want this, but then you want that. And then we supposed to be like, what you said? Y'all be like, don't be coming at me for sex. Well, all right then. How come you don't never come at me for sex? Y'all be doing that all the time. Y'all be like, look, we're not gonna have no sex. All right then. How come you didn't touch me last night? You literally said, don't come at you for the sex. Well, at least attempt. Sick of y'all, man. Tired of it. Sick of it, man. What the hell y'all doing, man? Make your minds up. Confusion. So now straight men are walking red flags. I went to get my towel, man. It's hot as hell, man. So we just walking red flags just for existing. And we got nothing. We got nothing. Ain't nothing else to talk about. We just red flags. But God forbid, if somebody else say something remotely close to that. Let a black man sit up on somebody's hot ones and be like, what's a red flag for you? Black women. Whole internet would have detonated. Whole internet would have just exploded. The whole planet, the whole solar system would have just exploded supernova. The sun would have died early. Immediately done, canceled, kaput, Dunskies. So there it is, man. So what she said was wild. And y'all know Tony. He be backing women up. He don't be holding them accountable. He be, pandering. Shit. Doechii on her own with this. I ain't like what she said. I need context and clarity on what she said. But at the same time, she'd be like, man, who the fuck is Tony? But I ain't like it. I don't know what that means. We automatically red flags, man. Hell no. Hell no, we ain't. Some of us are. But, don't be relegating us to a monolith. All right? So now I ain't rocking with it. I ain't backing that up. I ain't high-fiving. I ain't supporting it. Nope. Nah. Shit. You're killing the momentum with that. You're killing the momentum, man. She's just getting started out here. Blowing up tough. Now she got the piss. All right, man. What else? What else we gonna talk? Oh, it's Stephen A. Smith and LeBron, right? So LeBron rolled up on Stephen A. Smith at the game. He just rolled up on him tough with that. With that, I'm gonna roll up on you energy. I'm gonna see you. We gonna have a conversation. And apparently, people are thinking he rolled up because he was questioning LeBron's parental skills more so than just him being critical of Bronny in the league. And a lot of people in sports, they've been ultra critical of Bronny in the league. Not just sports analysts, but just like people that follow basketball or whatever. They've just been super critical about Bronny and his skills and whether or not he deserved to be there and all that good stuff. So, the microscope is in full effect on that young man because he is the son of one of the greatest basketball players to ever live. So the pressure's thick. And we looking at, nepotism and all that type of stuff. So, but once you start questioning somebody as a father, a man is gonna step two. He gonna step two. It's one thing to be like, you know what I'm saying? You wasn't putting up the same buckets this season. You know what I'm saying? You fell off. You fell off. You was only scoring 10 points a game this season. Last season, you was at 20 points. That's fair criticism when we talking sports. We talking numbers. But when you start talking about a man's child and questioning the fatherhood, then that's when it's like, yo, man, we need to have a discussion, bro. Let me holler at you. You done went beyond the sports, nigga. Shit. I'm a family man in this bitch. And what we all know about LeBron, he's a family man. I'll be seeing him with his kids, man, and his wife, you know what I'm saying? That's a family man. So you best believe he's not going to be feeling this. You can wear all the shiny suits you want, Stephen A. Smith, but let me tell you something. That suit going to get real dingy when you're getting slid across the basketball court. Because you done said too much. You done crossed into some lines that you shouldn't be in. Keep it on the court. You could talk about the mental focus in terms of like, trying to get back to the game and step your skills up on the court, the mental focus. Or like if an athlete is like doing some wild shit off the court, like legal troubles and all kind of other stuff, and that affects the game. But when you roll up talking about a man as a father, hold up now. I got to pull up. I know I would pull up. I'd be like, hey, man. He was already annoying to me. Now you talking about my fatherhood. After I go to the locker room, we can handle it right now if you want. I don't know you got your little, get your little suit on, but let me tell you something. Let me know what you trying to do. I can just put on some hoop shorts, no shirt, and we can settle it right here, right now. If that's cool with you. But you ain't gonna be talking shit about me being a dad up in this out here. You know what I mean? Because initially I thought it was just because, he was critical of Bronny, but then it's like, nah, man, you said some extra stuff. I was like, oh. Because I firmly believe that every every player is going to get that critical feedback because, you know, that's sports analysis. That's just what it is. All athletes get, you know, the critical breakdowns. So Bronny is no exception. We're going to be looking at you. Same with the number 1 draft picks and all that, man. They're under a microscope. Oh, you the number 1 draft pick, and then boom, 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 pow. Now, with Bronny being drafted this low in the draft, it's rare that players that low in the draft even get mentioned like that. But since it is a high profile and he went to the Lakers, which is already a team that's heavily under the microscope, and he's LeBron's son, so it's like microscope city. You know what I'm saying? So there it is. So you talking about him as a father, man. That roll-up was warranted, Stephen A. Smith. It was big warranted. So you just gotta tread lightly. As a man, you know what I'm saying? When you're talking about another man's family off the court, let me holler at you. Just let me holler at you real quick. All right. I was in Phoenix this past weekend, had 5 shows at Stand Up Live. Man, Phoenix was ashy. Phoenix was ashy. I sold 1,100 tickets, but it was still ashy. Let me tell you why. It's just the room is too big. The room is too big. So if I'm not filling that mug up, I'm like, you ashy. I do the percentage that way. Now, my rule of thumb is if I sell over 1,000 tickets in the city, I'm going to come back. But Phoenix, you got to step it up. Now, the people that did show up, they showed out great energy, especially Saturday and Sunday. Sunday was my favorite show. Great energy. And I always like going to Phoenix. I always have a good time in Phoenix. It was cold the first day we landed. We landed in Phoenix. It was cold. Now, that was something I wasn't ready for. It was raining and cold. Hard nipples. Shrunk penis. Damn. Phoenix. I underestimated Phoenix. I didn't do my due diligence and look at the app. I didn't check the weather because I knew it was Phoenix. I was like, man, Phoenix is going to be hot. Because Phoenix is Phoenix. Phoenix is literally a firebird. So I just knew. I was like, yo, man, it's going to be warm in Phoenix. That shit was cold. I ain't packed no jacket for that. I was calling my pants down, man. But had a good time in Phoenix. Had some good acai bowls. And I had a great time with the shows, though. Saturday shows, Sunday show was my personal favorite. And, you know, but I got it I be ranking the cities. Y'all know I'm a numbers head. Grosse Pointe Bake. And you know I'm obsessed about my own numbers if I obsess about movies and TV shows and albums that ain't got nothing to do with me. You already know I'm obsessed about my own numbers, and I'm going to pull up the numbers right here, Grosse Pointe Bake. Okay, so I sold 1,070 tickets in Phoenix. Sold 148 shirts. So the percentage compared to the total capacity is 42.8%. That's why it only got 2 point something lotion bottles out of 5. That's ashy. Now, when you look at it from a distance, be like, yo, you sold 1,000 tickets in the city you don't live in? That's incredible. That's a theater you filled up. But no, there was more tickets to be sold. Right? Miami was ashy too, man. Miami was 58%. 1,100 tickets sold. Tampa was 72%. Sacramento was 100%. And Pleasanton in the Bay Area was 85.8%. You know what I'm saying? So I like my percentages 70 and up. All this 50s and 40s, that's too ashy. That's too ashy for my blood. I'm not feeling that. That's big ashy. So listen, some of you cities got to step it up. I ain't saying no names, Miami, Phoenix, but some of y'all got to step it up. And this is never a shot at the people that actually do show up. There's never a shot at y'all. Y'all are always respected and loved and appreciated, for sure. That's why I give you 110% when you come see me. But for the rest of you people that just don't show, don't know or don't care about what's going on in the hood. I gotta throw you. So as a city, Phoenix is ashy. I don't think Dallas is gonna have that problem. I don't think Atlanta's gonna have that problem. I don't think Chicago's gonna have that problem. So the next three cities are gonna be moisturized. But Phoenix and Miami, y'all got to do better. Y'all got to do better. Man, y'all messing up the averages. You're messing up the percentages. And I'm not feeling it. Yes, I mean Schaumburg, Struggle Beard Bakery. I mean Schaumburg, Illinois. But y'all know I'm coming for the Chicago people. Stop doing this to me. I can't say Schaumburg, Illinois on the flyer, man. Schaumburg don't even look right on a flyer. Where's Schaumburg? I don't want to deal with that. I'm right outside of Chicago. She was raised in Illinois, right outside of Chicago. Some of the best cooking I ever had. And if you ever get her back, but listen, all right? Schaumburg, Chicago. I want all my Chicago peeps to make the trip out there. And I know it's out the way. I know. But the Chicago clubs within the city didn't hit me up with the deal. Schaumburg came through with the deal. I'm back at the Schaumburg Improv. Last time we sold that bitch out. We could do it again. Come on, man. Make the trip. I'll be making the trip from Chicago to Schaumburg. When I go to Schaumburg, I always go to the city. I go back and forth. I commute. You think I'm going to be that close to Chicago and not go to my city? I'll be pulling up every time. So I know if I can make the trip while I'm scrambling, going against the clock, taking that traffic to the face, y'all can do it too. I went deep into the south side from Schaumburg when I was there last time. I was hanging out. I'm going to do it again. I'm flying in a day early so I can shoot content with Six Figure Dilla. So my shows begin on Friday. I'm going to be there on Thursday. Hanging out. So listen, man. Chicago. Bring your ass to Schaumburg. And Struggle Bill Bakery, don't you bring them cookies. Do not bring them cookies. If you want to do promo for your business, by all means, feel free. Matter of fact, no, don't bring, I'm not coming to your bakery. I know my last name is Baker and I got the bakery shirts. I'm not coming to your bakery. Because you the devil, man. I know you. You the devil, man. Last time you brought me all them cookies, I ate so many cookies in one night. It was ridiculous. I was packing my luggage and eating cookies on the floor like a refugee. I was balled up. Eating cookies. I was like, man, I got to try this one. No. I'll even do promo for you on stage. I'll do that. But don't you bring me no cookies, man. Because once I see them, it's over. My pants are off. As soon as I see the cookies. Because these cookies are good, man. Chicago people. Struggle Beard Bakery has some fire cookies. And they soft. They soft, y'all. They big soft. They as soft as a Hallmark movie. And it's just, I can't eat just one, man. I'm going to town. Pants off. And he knows this. He playing in my face. He's like, yeah, Tony, I know you're struggling. I know it. I just made you some boneless chocolate chip cookies, man. How I'm going to say no to this? You got to know yourself. Maybe, you know what? Maybe I'll go on a strict diet all the way up into Chicago and just wild the fuck out. Maybe I'll just do that and just do whatever. For a complete weekend, just be like balls to the wall. I'm eating whatever I want to eat. I'm off the clock. I could do that. I could go on a juice fast leading up to Chicago and just splurge. But nah, man. Nah. I don't want to do that. So you stay away from me, Struggle Beard. You stay up out of here. All right? Sick of it, man. Off topic. I was gonna do a video to this. I still might do the video to this, but I'm gonna bring it to y'all. Here we go. Wait, I didn't save it. Hold on, I'm gonna find it right here, right now. It's one of those one got to go joints, right? It's one of the one got to goes, right? So bear with me here. We gonna see. One got to go. I'm giving Struggle Beard Bakery free promo right now. I'm sick of him, man. All right. Where is it? All right, here we go, y'all. Here we go. All right, one has to go. Who you deleting? All right, here we go. Pay attention. Michael Jackson, Chris Brown, Kanye West, Kendrick Lamar, Bob Marley, Rihanna, Drake, Tupac Shakur. Now, my pick was easy. My pick was Big Easy. I picked Chris Brown. Because the way I base it is simple. I don't listen to Chris Brown that much. I just don't. Like, if I take all these artists and think about how much airplay I gave each one, or gave. Michael Jackson, come on. That wasn't even, come on. Michael Jackson? Me? At my age? No. Chris Brown, you know what I'm saying? I might come and holler at, yo, excuse me, miss. And then I don't really be listening to Chris like that, man. Kanye West, them first 4 albums, 5? Come on, man. I lived in them albums, man. I paid rent in them albums. Kendrick Lamar, come on, man. Be for real. Kendrick ain't going nowhere. Bob Marley, Bob Marley is needed. Bob Marley is essential for your soul. Whenever you hear Bob Marley, who says turn that shit off? Nobody. Bob Marley is eternal. He transcends everything. He is literally peace and vibes. Even amidst the struggle and the real shit he's talking about, he transcends music, is what I'm saying. Rihanna's a good time. I listen to quite a few Rihanna songs, and I'll be pulling up on Rihanna every now and then. And I'll be like, yeah. And when I pull up on Rihanna, I'll be like, man, I like it here. All right? I know y'all Drake ain't trash, man. Y'all swear up and down, we could lose Drake. Got some good ass music. I don't care what y'all talking about. He got some good ass music. It's just too much of it. It's just too much. I listen to Drake way more than I listen to Chris Brown. When you look at the totality of what's going on. And Tupac Shakur, come on, man. He's another one that transcends music. Pac? Come on. So many tears, Nick. Chris Brown had to go. Chris Brown had to go. Who you losing, Amir? Who lost?
It was Chris.
Oh, you too?
It was given. Yeah. That's why I was like, I feel like we're on the same page. I was like, just based on the list alone.
Just based on the list. I respect Chris Brown and everything he had going, but when I look at my airplay, Chris is minimal.
So what was the list again?
So it was Michael Jackson, Chris Brown, Kanye, Kendrick, Bob Marley, Rihanna, Drake, Pac.
Yeah, nah.
Now.
It was low hanging though. Like, I don't know.
Now, if I had to take off somebody else, it would be Rihanna.
Second? She would be second?
Yeah. Based on airplay.
I could see that.
I wouldn't want to lose it, but you know what I'm saying? If I tally up. Because some days I'll just have a Bob Marley day. Where I just be like, bloop, Bob Marley, just play it. Old Bob Marley, later Bob Marley. One of my favorite Bob Marley songs is a song when he was young in the game. It's called Cornerstone. And you could hear like the oldness on the track. The stone that the builder reviews will always be the head cornerstone. I love that song, man. That's like an old school Bob Marley joint. Back when you know what I'm saying, he didn't even get his feet together on who he was. You know what I consider Bob Marley is like when Richard Pryor first started out doing stand-up, he had the suit on. He was like, you know what I'm saying, on this Bill Cosby shit. And then later on, Richard emerges as like this freer spirit that's just like, I'm taking it wherever I want to take it. I feel like Bob Marley came into that. And in a different way, of course, where it's just like, I'm talking about something real, and then the spirit is free, and just the image and the whole thing. Yeah.
I say Rihanna don't even be doing music no more.
Rihanna chilled out a long time. Anti was what, 2016?
Yeah. 9 years, bro.
She ain't put out an album in 9 years.
9 years. And it's crazy because her fans still holding on. Is she gonna do something? She might, but I don't know.
She went out on a fantastic project. That helps.
Yeah.
Anti was dope.
Great. Yeah. She does have, her discography is pretty damn good, actually.
I feel like this. I don't think she should make another album.
They played in her face at the Grammys. I get it. She ain't win a single Grammy for Anti. Not a single one.
Damn. How she not win none of them?
I don't know.
I think if I was Rihanna, I wouldn't even make another album. Unless my soul just had to make more music, then I respect it. But if she feels even an inkling of pressure to just make music for the people, she shouldn't do it. It has to be all within.
Yeah. And then if she coming back after that long hiatus like that, it gotta be
Be great. That's what I'm saying.
The expectation is just too high. Same thing with Frank Ocean. Like I don't know if his heart is in it anymore.
Yeah.
Truthfully.
And if his heart is not in it, he should not make another project.
And I get it. But when he did that performance at Coachella, I was like, come on, man. I don't think you care anymore.
Yeah, man. If you don't care, because it's not gonna hit.
No. Don't do it just to be like, yeah, I did it, and then now I'm done. Like, nah, don't do it. If your heart ain't in it, don't do it.
I'm a firm believer in like Rihanna should Seinfeld it. Seinfeld went out on top, and they offered him like, yo, man, we give you $5 million an episode. He was like, nah. And so you go out on top. That just adds to the legend.
Yeah.
Rather than you just, oh man, but that last album was trash. You don't even want to hear that on your
way out.
Yeah. That last album, they should have just stopped it. If Rihanna stopped right now and just minded her billionaire business here on out, and she went out on Anti, it's legendary.
Yeah, I agree.
So if I was
That's
her,
what make me think like people that stop. Like
imagine if 50 Cent stopped to Get Rich or Die Trying.
Lord have mercy. That's like Lauryn Hill when she stopped. We still talk about it today.
We still talk about the miseducation of Lauryn Hill like it was just. She could have been the best there. That's a better legacy than just be like, man, that last album she was.
As I'm thinking, like, imagine Jay-Z stopped on the Black album.
Like, imagine if he really retired.
Really
like he
retired
said
on the Black album.
Imagine if he blacked out for real on the Black album. Fade to Black. If you can't respect that, your whole perspective is back. Maybe you love me if I fade to black, and he just ended right there. No Kingdom Come.
Yeah, Kingdom Come.
No Magna Carta. You know what I'm saying? Just the Black album as your last. Yeah, man. That just add, that's why like when you look at Pac and Biggie, man, they went out on fire projects. Yeah. Unfortunately, they died, so this is a different conversation, but their last projects were just fire.
They were in their prime, like quite literally. Yeah.
So it's like their legend only grew from like, man, all Eyes on Me and Machiavelli and Life After Death, just legendary, non-bullshit projects. So, but I don't know how much, I don't know how much Frank Ocean is worth. I don't know what his money looking like.
Music wise, I think he'd be.
I feel like he's straight.
Like he lives a very he be out of the way, bro. We don't even like a lot of times we be like, is he even where he at?
Yeah,
and then he just pop up and be like, oh, he's just living in New York like an average person or whatever.
Right. So I don't even know if he has to tour.
He coming up on 9 years too,
though. Huh?
He coming up on 9 years too, though.
Yeah. Dang, it's been that long.
His dropped in like September 2016, I think.
Wow.
Yeah.
So if his money right, because we know Rihanna's money is, she ain't got to do a single thing.
She switched over to that makeup and hair, out of here. Completely out of here. And she's made more money in that than she probably ever did in music, period.
1000%.
Obviously, music was the stepping stone.
For sure.
But she's crossed over. That's why I was like, she having kids, living her life, being a mom.
She having a good time.
Look, I would be telling everybody, like, look, I don't know why y'all holding your breath. It's more about like, I don't even be thinking about it.
Yeah.
She gave us something great. And if she dropped something, be like, oh, snap. It wasn't like, the anticipation is going to kill you.
Yeah. It has to be, if she puts out another album, it has to be purely from the soul.
Yeah. And I know she's still doing music. That's the other thing. Like, I know she's still going there and still record something. I'm sure she probably got a studio to crib or whatever. Like, it's a thing like you don't ever leave it.
Right.
You never leave it.
Right.
But she's not actively doing it either.
No. Chilling.
She don't tour. She not popping out at places and singing. It's like, nah, she just.
I love it for her. And I feel like only do it if you truly want to, and it's just you. It's just the artist in you.
Yeah.
But any outside pressure, don't even do it.
That's why like Andre 3000, we wanted him to do something else.
Man, we wanted it so bad.
He won't do it.
I wanted so he's the artist that I want an album from the most. That just won't.
He won't do it. I guess I respect it. Big Boy's like, I'm gonna do some solo stuff. Andre 3000 was like, nah.
He's like, I'm good. And we just over here drooling like, oh, come on, Andre. Give us something.
Ain't even gotta be a full project. There's like 5 songs.
I'm gonna give you niggas the flute. Y'all gonna get a flute and hush. That's it. And I'm like, damn. And then it gets nominated for album of the year.
Like I said, recording wise, I guess.
Oh,
instrumentation. I didn't really listen to it. Like I put it on and I was like, I'm about to fall asleep.
I fell asleep so hard when I put the album on. I passed out.
I guess that's tough. Is that a good thing? Because I feel like that's not your intention. Like obviously, I'm not trying to. It's not like boring you, but it's peaceful.
Yeah,
there's a difference.
I got good sleep on that album.
Yeah,
like I felt rested when I woke back up and recovered because this was like 7 p.m.
Oh,
I was like, oh, God damn. Whoo. I felt rested. So I don't know, man.
Maybe that's a high honor for making that kind of music. I'm not entirely sure.
I can't say it was trash.
Yeah.
Like when it's on, when it's playing, I'm not like turn that off. I'm just like, man, I feel comfortable. But at the same time, I didn't really go back to it. I don't know, man. But speaking of music, I gotta touch on this. Dwayne Wiggins passed away. He had a battle with cancer. And I'm a huge Toni fan. Big fan. And he, him and his brother Raphael, who was formerly Raphael Wiggins, he changed his name to Raphael Sadiq. And they from the Bay Area, just Bay Area music royalty. And they are true musicians, right? They playing instruments, they singing, they writing. I'm a huge fan of Toni. And I was like, damn, you know what I mean? So my favorite Toni song of all time is Anniversary. Anniversary is probably, it's one of the best songs I've ever heard in my life. Like if I ever constructed my favorite songs of all time, for me, Anniversary is on that list and it's on there high. It's high on my list. That's a song that I listen to multiple times a year. I love to play it whenever my friends are celebrating an anniversary. That's the first song that I think of. It's beautiful. That's what I call beautiful music. The lyrics, the melody, the harmony, the instrumentation. And I'm talking about the long form of the song. No edit. Even when they just break it on down and it's all smooth for a while at the end, then they bring it back to what was going on. It's just a beautiful Rick. So that's my all-time favorite Tony song. Now, I remember my intro to Tony. First of all, Feels Good is when they truly got my attention. When I heard Feels Good, I was like, yo, I love this song. That was my true, like, when I took them in for real was when Feels Good came out. And that album came out in 1990. So before that, they had the Halo Walter, and I remember that song, but it was just something I would hear and just around Chicago, just around, be like, hey, little Walter, I would hear that. But it still didn't, like, connect with me like Feels Good did. And then after Feels Good, It Never Rains in Southern California. I'm just like, yo, man. Yeah. And I thought at that time, this is 1990, I'm like, yo, man, why they dressed like that, man? Like, what they got on, man? What's up with the puffy shirts, man? These cats they on something else, but I love the music. Right? And this was at a time where I'm coming out of, like 1990, I'm coming out of big white music. I'm coming out of big white music in 1990. In the late 80s, I'm on some Poor Righteous Teachers. I'm on some Brand Nubian. I'm on some Public Enemy. I'm on some, X-Clan. I'm on some, like, we super militant. And then we partly super militant and we NWA. We gangsta out here. We doing this. We doing that. So to see these black men, I was like, man, what's going on here? Now, in the 80s, I was big white. Musically, I'm listening to Phil Collins, Peter Gabriel. I'm listening to Guns N' Roses, Twisted Sister, Van Halen. I'm listening to, you know what I'm saying, all kind of like Tears for Fears, Duran. So if you look at my 80s, like the stuff I was going crazy about in the 80s, it was big white. You listen to the majority of the people I was listening to, outside of Michael Jackson, Prince, maybe some Luther, Whitney Houston was creeping up in there, Anita Baker, Janet Jackson. The rest of my 80s playlist, Bruce Springsteen was in there. It was big white. I was in there tough. And that's partly due to MTV. We had MTV Friday Night Video, so they were showing predominantly white musicians. So I'm listening to rock, pop. I don't even know if alternative was a term then. I'm listening to Cyndi Lauper. I'm listening to, you know what I'm saying? And so as time went on, now I'm watching Yo MTV Raps, and I'm like, oh, what we got here? Eric B. and Rakim, you say? Public Enemy, you say? Oh, Audio 2? Okay. Audio, okay. See, now I'm getting more exposure to the black artistry. So then, by the time 1990 rolls around, I'm deeper in these rap waters now. I'm still R&B, like In Vogue, Toni, both from the Bay Area, and now I'm coming into, like, I'm just seeing more black artists. You know what I'm saying? Club Nouveau, and I'm just like, oh, okay, Guy and stuff like that. So now it's like, all right. So now we starting to get into our own. We picking the music as kids. We just like, yo, what we like. We're moving away from what our oldest siblings are playing all the time, and we're moving into our own little space and taste as young people. And so now I'm like, yeah. So Toni was in that little pocket of just like, yo, I like this. It Never Rains in Southern California. It Feels Good. That song they had on the Boys in the Hood soundtrack, Just Me and You. And I'm just like, yeah, And so 1993 rolls around, and they got If I Got No Loot, Anniversary, Lay Your Head on My Pillow, Slow Wine. And I listened to that Toni Sons of Soul album like crazy. And around 93, I started kind of fading off of rap a little bit because it was just everybody wanted to emulate the Chronic and Doggy Style, and just everybody wanted that G-Funk sound, and they were just trying to emulate because the West was popping at that time. So all the East Coast acts was just trying to assimilate to, let's get like a little West Coast sound. And I was just like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm listening to R&B heavy. I'm listening to Mary J. Blige, What's the 411? I'm listening to Intro. I'm just on some TLC. I'm just on some R&B. And that Sons of Soul album got maximum airplay from me. I was just like, yo, this album is fire. I couldn't stop. And then, you know, they also did, you know, the House of Music later on that gave it like an old school Motown type of vibe throughout the whole album. They had the Let's Get Down on there with DJ Quick. And then just the stuff Raphael would do on his own. That's All I Ask of You. That was on the Higher Learning soundtrack. And then Raphael's solo projects. I was all in, you know. And Dwayne Wiggins had put out like his own solo album, but they really didn't connect. I remember the video he had, I forget the name of the song, but I think it was like a remake. And I remember that video, but it just didn't really curl over. And so, you know, we always wanted that Toni reunion. And like, you know, they family too. So that adds the element of like dopeness to the whole proceedings. And so so when you gather Mint Condition of Toni, it's Toni for me. I'm going Toni. As far as like straight up, because Mint Condition never had an album that I just played all the way through like I did Sons of Soul. And then not to mention Lucy Pearl, Raphael Sadiq, but you know, there's more so on Raphael Sadiq, but like, so Toni is a very special piece to my, you know, music take in, my life, my memories. They're in there tough. So shout out to Dwayne Wiggins and his legacy that will last longer than he lived. And shout out to his family, his friends, everybody that, you know, was special to him and he was special to you. You know, I appreciate Dwayne's existence and what he contributed to music and us, our lives, because, you know, now that anniversary is eternal for us, when we celebrate our anniversary, we putting that song on for sure. So that's a legacy that you can't buy. So anyway, shout out to Dwayne Wiggins. And before I get out of here, I want to end on this. Christopher Nolan, they talking about Christopher Nolan doing the James Bond movie. And let me tell you something. I'm all for it. I want this. I want a Christopher Nolan James Bond movie. And I feel like he's perfect for a James Bond movie because here's why. When you look at a Christopher Nolan movie, it's James Bond-like all day. The Dark Knight and The Dark Knight Rises, those are James Bond movies. Think about this. Walk with me real quick. Walk with me. You look at Tenet, The Dark Knight Rises, Inception, filled to the brim with cool ass characters. It's a few characters in this movie that got James Bond energy. Leo had James Bond energy in Inception. Tom Hardy had James Bond energy in Inception. Joseph Gordon-Levitt had James Bond energy. Just everybody's just like cool in the Christopher Nolan pick. You know what I mean? And like every James Bond movie starts off with a crazy set piece. You think about all the James Bond movies you've watched, there's always a crazy action set piece to start the movie off, and then they go to that epic introduction. It's like something epic always happens, like in Casino Royale, James Bond is chasing that parkour dude through the streets. Or like there's a big shootout, big chase. I think in Skyfall, he got shot off the train in the beginning. There's always like epic action in the beginning. Low key, the best action scene in the movie usually happens within the beginning of the James Bond movie. Now you think about The Dark Knight, epic heist in the beginning of the movie with the school buses and the killers taking each other out. Or The Dark Knight Rises where Bane hijacks the plane, hooks it up to the thing, gets that dude out of the plane. That was a crazy set piece. Inception was full of crazy set pieces. So it's like practical effects, Christopher Nolan was destined for a James Bond movie. Just imagine 3 Christopher Nolan 007 movies, man. Sign me the fuck up. Please, sign me up. Christopher Nolan already operates within that framework. His movies already feel like James Bond movies. So I want this. I want this to happen. So I don't know what it'll take, especially now that we're in the James Bond transition. We get a new James Bond and a James Bond directed by Christopher Nolan. Let's go. Sign me up. Cue me up for this. Oh, I forget. Man, listen, y'all. I'm so behind on watching I haven't watched nothing without y'all. I haven't done a movie night mad long because of everything that's been going on in my personals. But I haven't watched no series without y'all. So I'm behind on Daredevil. I'm behind on Abbott Elementary. I'm behind on so much. So I got some catching up to do. And I know y'all been watching stuff without me because, I get it. I've been gone. But don't think I'm out here watching stuff without y'all. The only thing I watch without y'all is like Landman, and that was on Paramount. The Day of the Jackal, I got to watch that. But I ain't been watching stuff without y'all, so I got to get back on it. Anyway, I don't know who the new James Bond would be. I don't know who it could be, but all I know is this. I've been hearing about Paramount Paradise like crazy. But the movie nights is coming back. Shoot, low-key might have one Thursday, because Thursday is the first day that I have that's like off. Because I got a show Friday, I got to do a photo shoot Saturday, so Thursday might be the move. But anyway, whoever they cast as James Bond, please, Christopher Nolan, let him direct that thing. Anyway, man, I want to thank y'all for tuning in to Verbal Cardio, man. Thanks for pulling up. I'm glad y'all are here. We never finished Cross either, man. See, last thing we finished was Squid Game. But I want to thank y'all for pulling up. Thank y'all for being here, man. I love y'all passionately, man. I appreciate y'all. Don't forget to check out my tour schedule. My next city is Dallas. Dallas will be followed by Atlanta that following weekend. So it's Dallas, Atlanta, back to back. Then I got Chicago. Then I got Raleigh. Baltimore after that. I want y'all pulling up to these cities, man. Pull on up, man. We replenishing the pockets out here. I appreciate all of you that just showed up and show love. My patron saints be pulling up to these shows, and I love y'all for it, man. Thank y'all so much. And thank you for tuning in to another session of that Verbal Cardio.